guys, and welcome back to another video. Today I'm gonna be talking about Superman. I don't know why I'm singing the Spider-Man tone for, but Superman. Obviously I know it's been out, so obviously there is gonna be spoilers in this video because I think most of you have watched it. But overall, this movie was good, very good, I would say actually. Uh, let's just talk about the negatives quick. So because there's a lot of positives and a bit of negatives, as every movie does have. The only thing I think the problem that most people maybe have with this movie is that there's a lot of stuff, like there's a lot of story, like characters in this movie, which some of people might not understand who they are, or there's so many stuff that you might understand, like, oh, okay, you don't connect with that one a bit well, or that one. Like, for example, Hawk Girl, I thought she was good, but because there was other players that they focused on a bit more, you didn't understand. And yeah, and I did love the other characters and the way these are, and the way James Gunn interrogates animals into this movie. Like Crypto was such a fun to see whenever he came on the screen. It was just so nice to see him. And also the relationships of Superman with different characters was so good to see. And it covers the main things. Like if you go and watch the movie just as like I'm going to watch a superhero movie, you love it a lot. Because for example, my friend loved it. He called it 9 out of 10. I say it's 7.5 because when I see as a movie, there are some flaws that you cannot resist. And yeah, that's the only thing I will say. And yeah, and maybe it doesn't but it's not as big as I'll say. That's what I'm saying. It's just like it's there. It is there. It's a 4 out of 5 stars. It's a 7.5. Not a huge problem. Like just little things maybe, and that's it. But when I come to the positives, as I said, there's quite a lot. David Console's Superman is so good. In this one, I love James Gunn showed Superman as a light of hope. That he is hope. He is human being. Even at the end, when he says that I am human. When Lex Luthor's like, you're it or alien, he says like, no, I'm a human being. So I love it that the way it tries to show his human side of Superman, that he lived on this planet. Yes, he came from a country, yeah, from crypto place, from a not from a country, from a planet. But in here, he's lived here, and he wants to be with the human. And the little things he's done, like he saves a squirrel or stops the building and looks at if everybody's fine. These little things were so good, and it was so nice to see. And I love, I think Lewis Lane said it. Superman trusts people a lot, and he says that as well. And I love that when he says it, that it is true. That is who Superman is, and of course, the way they show the characters is so good. Like the relationship between Superman and Lois Lane. Obviously, in this one, Lois Lane already knows because this is not an origin story, which is good because we already know how Superman became, what happened, because we've heard it for a long time. Most of the old movies were around that. This was more like it's been 3 years or something since he became Superman. Obviously, at the start, there's like paragraphs. Something happens in Boravia, which Lex Luthor does it all, so he can, like, he does all of this, so Superman can go and he can beat him. And I love, like, one of the best things about this whole movie is Lex Luthor. I mean, Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor. He's killed it, and you can see he is the number one generation hater of Superman. Like, bro has monkeys. I know it was more of a hint to the Twitter people that are doing, but still, like, bro had monkeys to hate on Superman on Twitter, and it was just so mad. And the way he created Superman's own clone. Obviously, this, as I said, there's spoilers. Like literally, when I he had so many good aura moments as well. The ice one, or him coming, or the one where he's shouting like "Everyone, everyone, everyone," which is quite famous right now, or him like massaging one of his employers, stuff like that. You could see Lex Luthor is such a bad menacing guy. He doesn't give a shit about the world. Like when the world was rifting up, he didn't care. He just wants to beat Superman. He just wants to beat him, and that's it. Also, another good thing I would say, Mr. Terrific, he was so good as well. He looks so amazing. Like, I think from the Justice Gang, I think I would say top one, Mr. Terrific. Then I would say Guy Gardner, and then Hawk Girl. I think because they had to show quite a lot and different stuff, I think they had to put that a bit more. Also, there were moments that you actually feel quite a lot. The only thing I will say is emotionally, I think like with hope and everything, you feel a lot and all that stuff. But I think one thing I think was missing is like you connect with the emotion. Like when something's happened to Superman, you're like, oh shit, no. That maybe was a little bit missing. But when it comes to everything else, it's just so good. Like the actions were so good to see. The scenes were so nice. The crypto, when it opens, like crypto jumping on him, it was everything I think people want to see Superman as, like the light of hope. He's such a humble guy. He's just so good. And even I like some moments where you could see his aggression side as well, but even there he's a bit like that scene where he tries to find his dog, like he smashes it. He's like, and I love Lex Luthor there as well, records it up and everything like that. And I think the way his interaction with the side characters, you could see like it is done so well and how it is made, and I just love it. And there's just so moments like to live for. Oh yeah, Metamorphosis is obviously, as I said, there's so many stuff happening in this movie, which could be the reason some people don't like it. I think it's not an issue because I think they've done it well. But yeah, at moments you're like, okay, this happened as well. Okay, that happened. When you take a bit time and you think about it, that there was quite a lot. But it's a nice movie. If you want to watch a Superman movie with the light of hope, you will love it. My friend said it was a 9 out of 10, which I get it as well because it is good. I said it's more like a 7.5 because, as I said, like these things, it's good, but I won't call it 9 or 8. Like 9, 8 is like your End Games and Infinity Wars, like, Oppenheimer, that's where I'll put it. Like, that is a bit too high for me. But a 7.5 is still very good rating for the movie. It is a very good movie to watch. You loved it, everything. Let's And at the end as well, when the only thing is that because I watched it a month later, I already knew that Ultraman is Superman's clone, which is a bit of a sad thing. Like because when the reveal happens, if I didn't know, clean slate, I went because I had an idea. Maybe I would have like, oh shit, and even I think I didn't know that the human of Boravia was Ultraman also. So at that moment, I was like, oh okay, because I didn't know that. But yeah, then you understand. Oh okay, yes, cool, cool. And then at the end, that reveal happens and everything. It was very good, very well done. And as I said, those are the good parts and those are the negative aspects of the movie. If you haven't watched it, I think I've spoiled the half movie for you, but if you haven't, go and watch it. Like, it is a general great movie, and I think you should watch it in cinema because it is built for the cinemas. It's built to watch it on the big screen. That's where you're gonna have the most fun of it because there's some scenes which are so beautiful, and obviously the cinematography and VFX so well done, like the eye sequences or even the end sequence where everything's just relaxing, pulling apart. Obviously, he made like a not a black hole, like a pocket dimension where he puts everyone in. That whole sequence was quite nice to watch as well. So there is quite a lot of sequences you like. And now I'm going to talk about at the end. What does the movie set up for future? Obviously, we see a little cameo of Peacemaker in this movie as well. It's more like an interview. And then we see Supergirl, which is the next movie, and you can see she's way more chaotic and stuff. When you see Krypta's chaotic energy, you see why it is because it is Supergirl's dog, which reveals at the end that it's Supergirl's dog. That's why he's jumping, hitting, like when they're literally in pain. The reason behind that is Supergirl is like she likes like when they're coming. And another thing is she parties a lot. And it felt like the dynamic as well. Like Superman is just like, oh my god, my cousin, man. Like, do you know you're like a younger cousin when they party a lot or something? You're very like chill guy. You don't do that much, and you just see that she's just so chaotic, and you're like, what is my cousin doing? But yeah, so that was good. So you know that in the next thing we're gonna see Supergirl, which I'm very excited for as well. And you can see where this universe is going, like what vibe it's gonna have, especially with Superman. Superman is gonna be fully comic book accurate, a sign of peace, hope, a sign of hope. Like in this movie, you feel hope, and I think loads of people who watched it want to do something good after watching this movie because it gives you that feeling when he's just saving that little squirrel, the boy. Every sequence are just sweet and so wholesome that it does give you that idea. And I think James Gunn does that very, very well. So I did like that aspect of the movie a lot. And I'm excited how he goes next. And I think Supergirl's coming next year. Clayface, which apparently is a horror one, is going to come. Then Batman Part 2 is going to come. But that is, of course, part of Elseworld. And then we also have the Lantern show, which I'm quite excited for because I did like Guy Gardner's Lantern. He was quite cool. Like the way he was and the way he spoke, he was very nice. I think all the characters were good, and the thing is that they show them a little bit, and you just hope you see them a bit more and you understand what they actually are. It would have been just a bit more amazing. But overall, this movie was amazing. This was a little bit like an in-depth thought of talking about maybe criticizing some parts that I didn't like, some parts that I loved of the movie, just going in at it and just waffling about. But yeah, if you like this video, please like it, share it, subscribe it, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.